You've ever walked into a casino and looked at all these people playing table games, all this screaming, all this shouting, them having a good time, whether it be blackjack, craps, roulette, baccarat, or whatever, anything else. And you've said, that looks like fun, but I don't know where to start. This video is for you. Today, I'm breaking down the three best table games for beginners. And these are games that are both very easy to learn how to play and they have low house edges. So we're going to hop right into this. And before I start, though, spoiler alert, none of them require memorizing any complicated strategies or like blackjack, knowing what to do with soft hands, hard hands, double down splits, none of that involved. So these are very simple games. So we're going to hop right into it. Game number one is Baccarat. Now, this is a game that might look intimidating, but it is actually probably the easiest game to learn how to play in the entire casino. All you have to do is bet on who do you think is going to win, the player or the banker or a tie, but that's a terrible bet. Always stay away from the tie bet. It's got over a 14% house edge. So there's always one big way to hook you in the games. Stay away from the tie bet. And then the dealer handles all the cards, all the rules. They do everything. You don't need to know how to do anything. All you do, you bet player or banker. And now, due to those rules that are built into the game that the dealer takes care of, the banker is going to win more often than the player. And so, if that was just the case and those were the only rules, you would bet on banker all the time and you would end up winning in the long run. So, to make up for that, if you win betting on banker, it pays even money. Both of those, player and banker, pay even money. If you win on the banker, only on winning hands, you have to pay a 5% commission. So just to make the math real simple, let's say you're betting $100, which is a big bet, but we're just making the math simple, on banker, and you win, you would get your $100 bet back, and then they would give you $95 in winnings. That remaining $5 they would keep as a commission. So, very low house edge. If you bet on that banker bet, you're at a 1.06% house edge. So this is a great game for beginners of table games because, very low house edge. And all you do is you sit down and you just bet player or banker. So there you go. Just remember, Baccarat, strategy, real simple, one sentence strategy. Don't bet on the tie. So now we're going to go into game number two, which is Face Up Pai Gow Poker. And this is a relatively new version of Pai Gow Poker. And I was very shocked when I looked this up. I saw it starting to pop up in casinos. I looked it up. This is one of the few games that I can say where a new version has come out and it has been better for the players, lower house edge, So the way Pai Gow Poker works is you're dealt 7 cards and you need to make 2 poker hands out of them, a 5-card hand and a 2-card hand. And they call that the high hand and the low hand. Your 5-card hand has to be a higher value than the 2-card hand. The goal of the game, beat both of the dealer's hands. If you win one and you lose one, it's a push. You don't win money, you don't lose money, just a tie. So that means that you can sit and you can play for a long time without necessarily winning or losing a lot of money. One of the reasons why I recommend this game to players is because if you're in a place like Las Vegas where they have free drinks, it's a great game to sit down and get a lot of drinks for free, and you're not really risking that much money because there's so many pushes involved in the game. And since it's face up, the reason it's called face up is the dealer draws their hands face up. So they give everybody at the table playing their cards face down, then they take their own cards, and then they flip their cards over face up, and they set their 2 hands, their 5-card hand and their 2-card hand. So you see exactly what the dealer is working with, and there's no surprise. So you know exactly how to set your hand to try and win. Or if you can't win, at least set your hand so that you beat one of their 2 hands so you don't lose anything. And the casino advantage on this game is right around 1.5%. So again, another great game, easy to learn, and a low house edge. And this is also like a laid back game. because even on the older versions where the dealer had their hand face down, you could, after every other player had set their hand, you were allowed to flip your cards over. If you didn't know how to play your hand, you could flip your cards over, show them to the dealer, and have the dealer set your hand for you by their rules. So, it's and with all the pushing going on, it's not very competitive. You get there and you can socialize a lot. And again, if you're in a place like Vegas where there's a lot of free drinks, you can drink for free without risking too much money with all these pushes that happen. And the third and final game that we're going to talk about today is three card poker. Now, the first thing I want to say about three card poker, and actually this goes back to the face up pie gow game. There's a lot of, and the baccarat really. While these games themselves have relatively low house edges, they offer a lot of side bets where you can win a lot more money, but those bets have much higher house edges. So you pretty much always want to stay away from any side bets in these games. All three of them, they got side bets offered. They're a lot more fun. They give you chances to win a lot more money. I am guilty of making them every once in a while. But if you're trying to keep your house edge down, just avoid all the side bets in all these games. So three card poker, again, super popular carnival game, as most people like to call them. And it's very, very easy. Again, I'm going to teach you how to play this game. Perfect strategy in one sentence. If you have queen 6-4 or better, you play. If you have less than a queen 6-4, you fold. So the way it works is you put out your money on an ante bet to start. They deal you your three cards. It's called three card poker. You get dealt three cards. Very simple. They give you your three cards. If your three cards are queen 6-4 or better, then you would make your same bet amount that you made on the ante. You would bet that again on the play, and then you're in till the end of the hand. If you have less than queen 6-4, you fold. You lose your ante bet, but you don't have to make that second bet to risk losing twice as much money. Now, this house edge is a little higher. It's about 3.3%, so it's not as good as baccarat or pie gow poker, but it's a lot more fun. And this game is very, very popular. It's pretty much, if you sit down, you're pretty much always going to be at a darn close to full table there. So again, guys, three best games to learn for beginners in the casino. We got baccarat, we got face-up pie gow poker, and we got three-card poker. If you want to learn to play any table games, go ahead and give these three a try. The first two are in the 1% house edge range. Three-card poker is close to the in the 3% range, but still relatively good games. You sit down and play double zero roulette, that's a 5.26% house edge. So these are all much lower than that. They're all card games. So, if you want to feel like you're Rain Man or something like that, go ahead and give one of these games a try. And thanks very much for watching, and best wishes for good luck in the casinos.